Hello, everyone. It's me, Miss Pat. I'm in a little different location today. Typically, I'm reading children's stories, but today I'm here with Senior Moments to help interview one of the best and most amazing men I know. And I think he'll bring a lot to my other part of my life, which is being a senior. So I'd like to welcome Nic Leshley. Hi, Nic.
Hi.
I've known Nic for 40 years. He's actually my nephew as well. He has an amazing story of education and wellness, and I think it's particularly helpful for those of us who are seniors. So I wanted to let me introduce you to him. Nic's from Lake Orion. He's a lifetime resident. He's been there forever. He's a dad. He has a couple of kids. He has a business in Rochester, Holistic Arts in Rochester, right off Rochester Road. It's very easy to get to. Anyway, I just wanted to bring you in and say hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi. I know.
I'm so glad to be here.
Good.
Yeah.
So we need to know about your business, but I think people would probably like to know a little bit about you.
Sure. So I've been a massage therapist for 16 years. Mm-hmm. I started in 2005. And it's 16.
That's a long time. I know, that can't possibly.
So, and we're right, like you said, downtown Rochester. And we've been in that location for 11 years now.
It's been 11 years.
Yeah.
I remember when you first moved there.
It's a great little spot. We have 3 treatment rooms, and we have a great garden studio downstairs, and offer a whole variety of services and modalities for wellness.
Oh, tell me about your business.
So we do offer like massage therapy as well as detox, and we have Reiki treatments. I don't know if you've ever heard of Reiki.
I don't know what that is. No.
Yeah, so Reiki is kind of like a hands-off healing, and you kind of work above the body, and it's really interesting because it'll kind of like, sometimes you'll have the energy pull in, sometimes it'll kind of push you out. You'll feel like it's warm or you'll feel like it's cold, So it's a great, treatment for those people that maybe are, nervous about actual touch or
have neuropathy.
Yeah.
Because neuropathy is a real
Absolutely.
issue, that would help with that. What other services do you offer?
So we also do the raindrop technique, which is with essential oils, and that drops like 9 different oils down the spine of a person, and really is anti-inflammatory, antifungal, antibacterial. It's oregano and basil and marjoram, and those are all really good for like spasming muscles or arthritic muscles.
Yes, yeah. I imagine. Well, that's pretty good. I know that Joan, my sister, goes to your place and uses a sauna. Tell me about that.
So we have a far infrared sauna, and it's far infrared. So far infrared basically works from the sun. So it's kind of that same idea as the way that the sun heats up the earth. It does it through vibration. So it's so it actually like vibrates the cells, and that creates heat. And so we're in this box, this hot box. It's a dry sauna. So we get it up to about 150 degrees, and you just get in there and you start sweating. It's maybe 15 to 30 minutes,
right.
And some people like to crack open the door and let me get some air.
But, I bet, yeah. Well, at least you're not locked in there.
But it's a private room, and we have a nice water. We have a beautiful water system there, so you can stay hydrated and drinking. I know. Well, she has an autoimmune disorder, so she says that it makes her feel so much better. And there's that special. You have special water. I don't know what else to call it. Yeah.
No, it's like this whole filtration thing. What does that tell me?
So it does. It has 5 different filters, and so we first start with kind of doing a reverse osmosis with it and taking all the minerals out of it.
Okay.
And then it runs through another filter that puts the proper amount of minerals into the water. And so it's called pH balanced water.
Okay.
And what that does is it helps balance the pH in your body. So it's not too acid, it's not too bland. It actually helps. Again, again, get the cells so that they, it becomes microneutralized so that it can basically enter into your cells, so it will actually hydrate your cells instead of, like passing
washing through or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I've seen it. I've had it. I've drank it.
I mean, it tastes
I
like
didn't even
water.
know why. It was just like water, and it looks so lovely. And I'm like, okay, perfect.
But it's so funny because I've now been drinking it for about a year, and I really do notice, like if I go for a few days without it, how dehydrated I feel. So
Right.
so you can come in, grab a gallon of water at our studio. We're happy to share it.
Oh, that's so cool.
So yeah, that's a great opportunity for the community to be able to just, water. Our health starts with our water.
Yeah.
And being hydrated and keeping your muscles fluid, and that aspect of it is a huge piece. So I think water is the first place to really start with. People talking about their aches and their pains. Well, have you had enough water today?
Yeah.
Keeps your joints lubricated, so.
Right, if the water can get into your joints.
Right.
So it has to be like balanced water to get in there. I never really even gave that any thought. I know that a lot of the services that you have revolve around the education and healthfulness of our whole life, thusly the name Holistic Arts.
Yeah.
So how did you come up with that concept?
Well, it's funny. I mean, I've been practicing for 16 years, and I have some amazing people in my life, and I'm so grateful for it, and that does go right down to my clients. And so I was working in one of my sessions with a client, and I was like, I'm moving into this new place in Rochester, and I got to come up with a new name, and I really want to be encompassing, and I really want to bring, all these different modalities that we have to offer into a center. And what would be a great, and he was like, how about the word holistic? And I was like, that's brilliant. And so that's how we came up with the word holistic. And then we put, I'm kind of artsy, I enjoy being creative. You were a big inspiration for me.
We did play a little bit with that.
Yeah, as children, and and really, and so arts are so important to me. And so I really wanted the word arts in there, because I think that we can also do that with our health.
Yes.
And there's a way to be artful in the way that we live. And, and so I thought that that's a big piece of it. So holistic arts, and then Rochester is because, it's in Rochester.
Then people know where to find you. And I think that the holistic name kind of encompasses all those wellness services. So you have a number of services, right? You have massage, you have, what else do you have? You have massage, and you have the sauna, and you have
the detox, the foot detox,
the foot detox.
Yeah.
I love that thing. That was amazing.
We can talk more about that too. And then we also offer reflexology, and we have a lot to share.
I want to
today.
hear every single thing about that.
Great.
So we'll come back in a minute.
Okay.
And you can tell me all about those services.
Awesome.
All right. Hi everyone, welcome back. During the break, I had an opportunity to look at the service menu for Rochester Holistic Arts, and I have so many more questions than I started with. I was looking at the massage card that you have here, and it looks like there's therapeutic massage and deep tissue, and we talked a little bit about the raindrop technique. Why did you choose raindrop technique?
Well, that was actually one of the first services I learned right out of school. So I've been
really?
doing it for, all these years. And, and it really does help so much with reducing inflammation. And I'd really like to talk for a minute about reducing inflammation if we could.
Please
because
do.
I've thought about being a massage therapist and would I ever do anything else? And, and really the thing is I know. Like, I like massage. And I like massage because, you know, when you get disease in the body, when there's ever any disease in the body, it starts with inflammation. And the number one thing that massage does is reduces inflammation. So what I've really worked on doing is finding other services that really help to reduce inflammation in the body. So we talked about water as being one of those options, right? And now we're talking about raindrop technique as being another option. We can also talk about just regular general, you know, what you call Swedish massage or therapeutic massage, maybe European massage would be another name for that.
There's a lot of them. I'm looking like Arvigo. Did I say that properly?
Yeah, so Arvigo works with the stomach. And the digestion and getting all of that moving, your kidneys and your bladder, you know. Also for women that, you know, are looking to conceive, you know, that can also be another avenue for, you know, helping people to kind of monitor their gut health, right?
Well,
you know?
that's critical.
Yeah, for sure. So
it looks also like there's hot stone.
Oh, hot stone is wonderful. So the hot stone massage are done with they're volcanic rock. So they're like a big, they're a big
basalt or something?
Yeah, it's like there's basalt stones too, which are kind of a salt stone. These are actually volcanic rock. So these are black stone, and they hold their heat for like 20 minutes. And we heat them up to like 110 degrees-ish, 120 maybe. And we just rub out those muscles just with this nice warm,
Why did you choose that technique?
Well, so sometimes people's muscles are they're just locked and they're just tight and they're like restricted, you know? And so the heat helps people to just relax, kind of like the sauna when we were talking about that before.
Sure.
You know, the sauna is another way to kind of help open up those pores, kind of start sweating, that aspect of it. So the hot stones will kind of do that same thing. They'll just kind of help loosen up, open up those muscle fibers, help them to kind of free up and, you know, stretch out, lengthen.
Where do you learn about all these modalities? How did you figure that out? That's really cool that you know that.
Well,
I mean, I don't know
the
that.
cool thing about what we've been doing or what we do at Rochester Holistic Arts, and not just all of our treatments there are this way, but so many of them, if you think about reflexology, I mean, that was done back with the Egyptians. Okay.
Well, I don't know about reflexology. Now you're going to have to tell me about that.
But I think, you know, just to the point, like we have, you know, these services that we provide have been services that have been, you know, been around and available for hundreds of years, you know, even thousands of years for that matter, you know. And so reflexology is one of those that has been around for so many years, and it's working the bottoms of the feet. Okay, and you can work them in certain angles, in certain positions, with certain thumb movements or certain pressure, and they kind of map out. So like at the heel of the foot, you kind of have like your tailbone, and at your at the top of your big toe or at the thumb is your brain. You know, so this is your whole spine kind of along here, and then you've got your ears and your eyes, you've got your sinuses along your fingertips. This is all like your internal organs. So you can do it in your hands, you can do it in your ears, you can do it in your feet.
So you do this, and then how does that benefit the person having it?
So our body's so interconnected. Right, you know, like you think about, like, you know, you have the nerve that starts here in your neck, but it goes all the way down to your toes, right? You know, so it really does, you know, all of our functioning, you know, all of our body functions all kind of intertwine. They all connect.
Sure,
yeah,
of course,
right,
that
exactly.
Makes sense. I mean, knee bones connect each other.
That's right, hip bone. Sounds like a book now.
I'm in my comfort zone. Well, and so doing that reflexology helps people to reduce the inflammation
in their sinuses and helps their sinuses to drain.
How do you figure that those Egyptians figured that out?
I think honestly they just started pushing. You know, they probably started with, oh, that feels good.
Yeah.
And they kept doing that same thing, and then they were like that person that was like, oh my gosh, my sinuses are draining right now.
Yeah, right.
Like, how weird is that? You know, and then they go to the next person and they're like, oh, well, that other person had this feeling, you know, and then they realize, wow, this other person had that same, you know.
Yeah. I wonder, how did you learn about it?
Okay, so massage school.
Okay.
And we, you spend a year going through that program, and you get to pick as a part of that program. So you're learning all about anatomy, physiology, different techniques and modalities. And a modality is considered reflexology in this instance. So we have reflexology was something that I chose in school to learn. And then you can continue your ed, right? So I've
Sure.
taken classes, like through the Burrell Institute, which works with another one of our services that's called the cranial sacral. Cranial sacral is amazing work. I absolutely
what is
love
that
that.
for?
That's a healing therapy.
I was
Yep,
gonna say,
that's on
I
the
feel
healing
like
therapy
I-
card.
yeah.
And I think we saw it right here on this one, right here.
That's where I saw it.
Yeah. And so cranial sacral works the cranium, okay, the head
Your
up here,
noggin.
and then your tailbone down
Okay.
here. And what you have is you have a cerebral spinal fluid that goes up and down the spine, right? Back and forth. And it's just amazing to just see how it just really helps the body it's like a river. And it just kind of, it flows.
Oh, that brings me back, because we were thinking about that, and I had another question about the water.
Yeah, we can totally, go
Okay,
back
well,
to
we'll
that.
come
yeah.
back to that. We're
Yeah.
going to come back to the water. I want to know, how do you know if you're dehydrated? We'll talk about that after the break.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shelley Flace with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. If you've put off doctor visits during the pandemic, now is a good time to call your pediatrician and get caught up. Children and teens need regular checkups with their doctor to make sure their development is on track, to talk about nutrition and behavior, and to get the vaccines they need to stay healthy. It's safe and your pediatrician wants to hear from you. For more on children's health during COVID-19, talk with your pediatrician or visit healthychildren.org.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I'm here with Nic Leshley, and right before the break, we're talking about how do people know if they're dehydrated. I have a friend who gets kidney stones, and I'm sure that figures into it. So I just have a question. How do people know that they're dehydrated? What symptoms do they have?
So it's, we really don't realize how easy it is to drink like 8 of those small little, 8-ounce glasses a day, but it really does go by so quick, and before you know it, all you've had is coffee all day long and you haven't had any water. And so, and when you start not drinking the water, you'll start feeling like kidney stones are something that can come up, It's one reason why somebody might. Dry skin,
Okay.
having really dry
I've had
skin
that
is
before
definitely,
myself, yeah.
another good sign. Dry mouth or like a really white tongue are, another symptom. Or like even sometimes you can see it in people's eyes, like just
Right.
that really dry eyes,
Sure.
I would also say that like stiff muscles are another, for sure. Headaches, can definitely cause, or be caused from lack of water.
I kind of thought, because, I take medicine. I have a spinal cord injury, so
Okay.
I got all distracted by cranial sacral work, because I'm thinking, I wonder if that would help me. What happens when people come in? Would I come in and say, oh my goodness, I have spasticity? Do you recommend something, or how does this work?
Yeah. So we do have a full handicap accessible,
That's cool,
building,
'cause I need that.
which is great. And you would come in and you would meet with the practitioner. So we have 5 different practitioners that work out of the studio. All
Okay.
specialize in something unique. They also all do massage. So it's kind of a variety of different.
I know you have a nutritionist, because I talked to them at something that we were at. So what do they do? Tell me what people do.
Yeah. So Mary Kay is our nutritionist. She's amazing. She does great work for us, and she will basically take a full, I guess, what do I want to say? Just like a encompassing view of the body, right? And then she'll help kind of decide whether or not, supplementation might be what you need, or if we should do some blood work to see if something is,
Yeah, right.
short.
Yeah.
Yeah, so nutrition,
there's a
and then
reflexologist, right? 'Cause I met
reflexology.
her. That's is that Kathy?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's Kathleen Fallon. Yeah, and she's phenomenal. She does remarkable work. She also does sound healing as well, with like a crystal bowl, and you get in
cool.
this trance, and and that's a really great thing. But yeah, so and then we also have someone who does. Like ear candling, which is another great way to pull out.
Yeah, I know.
We have so many different services, but yeah,
You do.
so they're all licensed, and we'll spend the time to get to know each individual as they come in and talk about their needs and what their expectations might be for the session. You can book either an hour, hour and a half, up to 2 hours. You can stay and use the sauna. You can take some water home.
Right. Yeah, there's all sorts of things like that. I have arthritis. I have a pretty decent case. So I get CBD oil from you.
Yeah.
I know that you sell some of these items as well.
Yeah.
You have products.
Yeah. So we've talked a lot about inflammation today, right?
Right.
And the CBD is an awesome way to, it's a tincture, it's an oil, you just kind of put it right into your mouth, right into your tongue, let it be. You could put it in water if you wanted, but it's awesome for,
It's been so helpful. I can't even, but that was me.
It keeps the joints moving.
That's the thing about all of us as individuals are a little different. Where this might really work for me, it might not work for someone else. But you have something else that might work for them.
For sure, absolutely. And that's what's so unique about us as people, right? Is that you kind of have to find these, unique segments, these ways to kind of say, this worked for me, or hey, that seemed like that was really good. Let's try a little bit more reflexology today because I noticed that definitely helped, my calves, or, people get cramping in their feet, and that aspect of it. And so, yeah, it's
so you
wonderful.
can kind of look at what people need and then find services that would support that person.
We so look forward to that opportunity.
It's so interesting how every person has their own individual needs, wants. It's just amazing to me, that individuality. I'm so glad that it sounds like you have so many services that can help each of us, which I appreciate. You have so much wonderful information that explains the why that you do so many of these things. And I did visit your website to prepare. Like I know you and I know what you do.
RochesterHolisticArts.com.
RochesterHolisticArts.com. That is an amazing website.
Thank you.
I mean, that was really helpful.
We really work on the wellness, education, transformation, and we really tried to put that into the website. So, you can check out
very obvious.
our services there and make an appointment there, and, certainly call anytime, 9 to 5, 5 days a week, 6 days a week, and we so look forward to, answering any questions and seeing you back here again.
I'm hoping you'll come back here again. Will you come back again and tell us more about some of these services? Maybe do another card.
Absolutely.
There was only one that we got through today. Thank you. I'm so glad you came and visited us.
I appreciate the opportunity.
And I'm so glad you had a chance to see Nick on Senior Moment.